You're listening to the Booze and Bloodshed Podcast. Hey, Leah.
Hi.
What you doing?
Hey, Boo. What you doing?
Back for another episode of Booze and Bloodshed Podcast.
I'm Leah.
I'm Brandon.
And today we are going to be talking about Martin House's Acheron Whiskey Barrel-Aged Imperial Stout and the case of Armin Meiwes, the German cannibal.
This, talking about the beer. Oh, did I interrupt you?
No?
Okay. This beer is probably one of my top 3 of all time. I'm not sure about this year's batch, but top 3 for me.
Is it different every year?
Yeah, I think every year they release a new batch, and it could be like 12%. I had one last year.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Or a year or so, two years ago, and it was like 14%.
Oh, shit.
So this is only a 12%. Oh, we'll get there in just a second, but I'm going to turn the music down some more. That's usually where we have to start talking. Oh, is it my turn to do this part?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Well, where's it at? Okay, yeah. We're so happy that you've chosen to join us this morning, afternoon, and evening, wherever you may be listening from. As always, we're here to dish and discuss all things boozy and bloody. True crime and horror movie will be the focus every week, along with an alcoholic beverage that we think will pair well with the subject of each episode. I was thinking it was your turn, so that's why I was waiting for subject.
So genuine.
Did you already say what it was? You already said the beer in the episode, right?
Yes, I did.
Okay, so let's get straight into it. Man, I'm scatterbrained.
We're going to share the beer today because it is a higher alcohol beer, and we just ate
we just ate. I'm just going to get us a little
Mexican food.
Some really authentic Mexican food. Choloso? Is it true? Is it
Chipotle. Choloso.
Whatever.
No, but I love Choloso.
Okay, so today we're doing Martin House's Acheron. Again, for me, one of my top 3, period.
I have never had it.
God almighty, it's so good. Damn, you okay?
You just talk to yourself.
I do have a conversation with myself on behalf of Leah, and she's wondering what the hell's going on. So, anyway, Martin House's Acheron. Whatever.
Whatever what?
Oh my gosh. Oh my god. Oh my god.
I didn't do anything.
Martin House and Dante's Inferno, the Acheron River forms the border of hell. At Martin House Brewing Company, Acheron is our deeply dark and ravishing imperial stout. Aged 6 months in whiskey barrels.
Bisky barrels.
Bisky barrels.
Bisky barrels.
Unblended for maximum barrel flavor. This 12% ABV stout will satiate your sinews.
Satiate?
Whatever. I can't talk or read. So, in other words, this is an imperial stout. Barrel aged. See how much louder you got suddenly? Earlier, I was like, hey, we're doing a sound level check, and I'm like, can you just talk like you're going to talk on the, I am talking.
That is not how I was talking.
Okay, I need to turn my headset down.
That is not how I was talking earlier. But I feel like I don't.
Can you talk normal? That's Leah doing sound check.
I was not talking like that.
So I'm going to go ahead and get this thing a pop. And
oh
open.
My God. That made me tear up.
I won't give a sniff until... But here, let's see what it sounds like. Ow. Ow. Here it goes.
Ooh. Ooh.
That was obviously a can. I'm not sure if you knew.
It was a good one.
Okay, here, I'm going to pour it.
See, the whole time you had been talking about it, and then when I bought it over at One Stop, I thought that it was in a bottle because it was in a box. So when you were like, yeah, it's 2 cans, I was like, what?
Yeah, 2 12ers. 2 12ers in a box. 2 12-ounces.
I thought that was so strange.
Let's see. I'm going to make sure we get these even. I'm pouring in 2 glasses. 1 can in 2 glasses.
It kind of seems like there's a lot in that thing.
Okay. Look at that. That's very...
Are you serious?
Ooh. Ooh, it smells real. It's malty. Smell that. Like sweet smalty. Sweet smalty.
Smalty.
It smells
It's so smalty.
It smells very smalty. Like that. All right, there's your glass.
Some swalty.
It's a small. Let's give it a little. You want to get your glass or not?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Can you be any meaner to me tonight? Damn.
Yes, I can.
Why?
Give it a sniff. It does smell real sweet and smalty.
It smells like caramel.
It smells like caramel and dust. I think that might be my glass. Might have a little
Dust.
I probably didn't pick the cleanest glass in the shelf.
I was about to say something and I went.
Give it a sniff. No, that's the mic, Leah. Oh. Leah's sniffing her mic.
Oh,
Okay, here we go. Let's give it a sniff and a sip. A sipperoo. Okay, here we
I
go.
feel like we talk so stupid.
Oh, that's good. I have to say, though. Whoa!
It is really good.
I have to say, though, I've had
it's
better.
very coffee on the backside.
I have had better batches that they've done. Mm-hmm. So this is a good batch. It's good, but it's not like the one that was the original one. Was like mother effer. It was so good.
I kind of want to say, do you think there's lactose in this? Since
I'm
Martin
pretty
House is so gigantic on using lactose.
It says
Well, it's creamy.
brew with black malts, black barley, chocolate malts, crystal malts, and oats. Doesn't say anything about lactose. I don't think it is.
It's very creamy.
Very creamy. Let me see. I don't see anything about lactose. I don't think it is, but you know, it does taste a little bit more of on the coffee side than I've had in the past. And it doesn't have a whole lot of whiskey, does it? Like a whiskey barrel? Does it? Let me taste. Okay, yeah, it does. A lot. But it's very real.
It's not a burn of the whiskey. It's more of like the actual flavor of the whiskey.
Yeah, it's, I want to say, it's not thin. It's good, but sometimes you can have a whiskey barrel aged like that Bourbon County whiskey barrel aged beer was so fucking overpowering.
Oh my God.
Of whiskey barrel. Sometimes that's kind of cool, but this is real subtle. Like, it's very smooth and rounded, and it's not like overpowering. It's blended. It's nice.
It's really good. I think
I wouldn't put this one in the top 3, but it's still pretty good.
of the Acheron that you've had.
Yeah.
I think that the whiskey barrel part is where the caramel comes from.
Or it could be from the caramel malts too.
Oh.
However, they come from that too. So.
Well, it says chocolate malt.
Chocolate malts, yeah.
Does that produce caramel?
It can.
I don't know shit about
crystal malts,
actual ingredients.
The crystal malts they have, it doesn't state which crystal malts they use, but different crystals, the like darker ones, can give off different caramels.
Oh, is Crystal just the brand? I thought it was the type.
Crystal is like the
type.
the roastiness of it. So
okay.
Crystal 10, 20, 30, the bigger the number goes, the higher the roastiness. So this Crystal
So
1...
the darker the beer?
Yeah, so Crystal 120
Okay.
is like black. Crystal 10 is like really light.
Like Russian Imperial Stout Black? Like,
Look at you.
like Rasputin?
Look at you. Yes. All right, so this is really good, though, because it's not overpowering.
Yeah.
But for a 12%, I mean, that's
I'm glad we
well.
split this.
Yeah, I agree. We only have, 3 more in the freaking cooler now? We have a box and a half of this. We have 3 more bottles of Bourbon County.
That's because I thought these were bottles. I didn't know they were cans.
We getting fucked up. Not tonight, but some other time.
And a big bag.
Big bag? Big bag Baptist.
Big Bad Baptist.
You're always making fun of me, and now you're doing it. Baptist.
Oh my God.
Just like
Fries.
Listen.
Oh my God.
Maybe we should have him do a beer review with us one time. See what he does. It's a TikTok thing.
Terrible.
By the way, what's that lady drinking there? Is she smoking a bong or something? The new it's a lung cleansing device. I don't know why I just talked about
On
that.
Untapped. Why are they even advertising
I think it's just advertising, period. Advertising. Oh, I was going to play this.
Looks like some kind of rabbit.
I was going to play this while we were introducing Acheron.
Did you hear me?
Did I rabbit?
It looks like some kind of rabbit.
Like bunny rabbit or?
Yeah. Bunny rabbit.
Acheron. Martin House.
God damn it. I stained this shirt again.
You spill everything on that thing.
on all of these that I have. The green one and this one.
So I was going to play this music while we were introducing Acheron, and I screwed that up. So maybe you want to do it again?
Good job. No, I think we're good.
Joking. All right, so Martin House Acheron, really good, really smooth, really balanced, not overpowering on the whiskey barrel. 12%, it's good.
I think it's good. I think it's creamy tasting, which I like. The body of the beer.
When you take another drink, when you take a drink of another drink, you can taste a lot more of the whiskey barrel, like the wood, the oak. See what I'm saying?
I taste the whiskey, but I don't taste like wood.
Oh, I taste the oak.
I don't get that that wood in my mouth.
We know.
That wood taste. Are you for real?
The wood taste in them. I get the wood in my mouth and the whiskey in my mouth.
What is that laugh that you do? That is the most whistly laugh ever.
That's the 103-year-old smoker laugh.
Oh my god! Stop! You're gonna like burst something.
I'm gonna pop an artery or something. I need to stop. Okay.
You're gonna have your eyeball pop out of your head.
Oh, I got dizzy on that one too. Okay, I'm gonna turn this music down.
Oh my god!
So we're gonna turn this over now to
the case of.
Got that?
No, I don't. To the case of Armin Meiwes. He is a German cannibal from Kassel, Germany. Is that how you say it? Kassel?
I don't know. Where is it at? The Kossel?
Kassel.
I don't even know how to spell it. Yeah, that's how you say it. Maybe you should say it like a German. Kassel. Maybe like.
I don't even know how to. I don't know how to speak German, so I damn sure can't do that accent.
Say it in Deutsch.
What?
Deutsch.
I can't.
It's German.
Okay, so he did have some nick. Motherfucker, don't start doing that. Why do you keep laughing like that?
Because you're so silly. All right.
I think that Acheron's hitting you a little hard.
For real, though.
So Armin Meiwes, he was a cannibal from Kassel, Germany, and he had a few nicknames. It was the Rotenburg Cannibal or, oh shit, Der Metzgermeister.
Metzgermeister.
How do they say shit like that with a straight face? Meister. I would laugh.
Metzgermeister?
AKA the Master Butcher.
Metzgermeister.
God, no, I'm starting to do it.
Dude, it's hot in here.
I'm not hot now.
I start sweating every time we do this podcast.
Because you keep laughing like that and it's making you hot.
I'm
He was born in the German town of Kassel on December 1st, 1961.
So this wasn't really that long ago.
No, he's like my dad's age. He led a very lonely childhood. His father was a stern man who was largely disinterested in his son. When the marriage broke up, when Meiwes was only 8, he abandoned the family, never to contact them again.
So Daddy just picked up and left.
At 8? Where the fuck do you go at 8 years old? How do you get around? You have no money.
I don't know. I don't know the answer to that question.
He had later told the court during his murder trial that that he had been well behaved as a little boy, but had been obsessed with the story of how they say Hansel and Gretel, not Hansel and Gretel. In particular, a chapter about fattening up Hansel to cook and eat him. That is so fucking nasty. Why would you want to eat I just don't understand the want to eat someone.
He wants to...
you have nothing to contribute. Let's just...
eat that ass.
Shut up.
He does talk about that, though.
Yes, but we're not there yet.
Oh, okay.
When his father left, it fell to his mother to become the dominant parent. She would often admonish him in public and insisted in oh my God.
You make fun of me all the time.
Yeah, but you know I trip over everything I say all the time. All the time. Which is probably why I make fun of you. I don't want to feel as bad about myself.
Well, that's nice. Projection.
But she insisted in accompanying him everywhere. Lacking a father figure, it created an imaginary brother figure for him called Frankie.
So this is his imagination, Frankie is?
Frankie.
I
feel like there's a lot better things that
okay, maybe he called him Frank. Instead of
Frank.
Frankie. Yeah, Frank. It's German, Frank.
They say it Frank.
I don't know. I don't know.
I was about to say, if you were German and your name was Frank, I would die if somebody called me Frank.
Well,
Frank's bad enough.
What would you call a German guy a Frank eating a Frank? Get it? Think about that one for a while.
A Frank eater.
Yeah, Frank eating a Frank. Anyway.
Whatever.
So his imagination brother, right, is Frank.
Yes, and that's where he started his first venting to this Frank or whoever the hell he is about his first cannibalistic thoughts as Frankie or Frankie.
So he's talking to his imaginary friend about all his cannibalistic thoughts and
yes, okay. And he would quote unquote listen to him because that was allegedly something his mother never did. Well, okay, if you're willing to talk about eating people to your mom, like she's probably not going to listen anyway.
Yeah, that might not go over very well.
But when he was 12, and this part really is so Jeffrey Dahmer-y.
Jeffrey Dahmer-y?
Yes. What the hell are you doing with your hat?
I'm putting it on.
He began to fantasize about eating his friends so that they would become a part of him and stay with him forever. So that's something that Jeffrey Dahmer would have done. Because I think this happened like around... Mm-hmm. Well, not when he was a kid, obviously, but when he committed the crime. I think it was like not too long after Jeffrey Dahmer. But that is something that Jeffrey Dahmer did say after he had been arrested and he did those interviews and stuff. He said that he wanted to eat people because... What are you doing? He wanted to eat people because he felt like that way they would stay with him. Isn't that weird?
Excuse me. Yeah, it kind of is, because if you eat them, they don't stay with you. They kind of go out.
Oh my gosh! Okay,
but it's just, yeah.
It just seems like some kind of ritualistic thing to think that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I guess it's like it's a spiritual.
But it's
stay
like
with them forever
up,
spiritual
dude.
thing.
That sounds like something like that Apocalypto thing that I made you watch the other night and you hated.
Yeah. That was.
But something like that, like something just like horribly heinous, but then to them that's like religious. What?
Yeah.
Are you okay?
I just said yeah.
Yeah, but you're going.
Yeah. I'm so glad we don't do this podcast stoned. That'll be bad. That's what I'll be doing the whole time.
Stoned?
Yeah.
I think that would probably be a good idea. But in 1999, his mother died and left him the family's large mansion house in Amstetten.
Hold on a second. His mom was a single mom, right? He didn't talk to her or whatever. It doesn't say anything in here about her being like wealthy or anything, but she left him a mansion.
Yes, his family did have money. I don't remember how. I read that somewhere, but I can't remember why. But they did have quite a bit of money. But this is also kind of like... this almost reminds me of like a Jeffrey Dahmer kind of thing too, because he was still living with his mother before she died. So he was kind of suppressing doing any of that stuff because he didn't want her to know, which is kind of what was going on with Jeffrey Dahmer. He was living with his grandmother and he was starting to have those like feelings of like wanting to do that, like killing people and eating them, but he didn't do it. At one point he did do it while she was still there. But
did this guy, like the rest of the people, did he have some kind of like thing that he just started doing things with the animals first and then, or did he just go straight to people?
As far as I know, he just went straight to people. I never found anything about him doing stuff to animals. But he had, after his animals, after his mom died, he had reportedly constructed a shrine to her in the house, complete with a plastic mannequin that he would lay on a pillow each night. So he kind of reminds me of like some weird ass combination of like Ed Gein and Jeffrey Dahmer. Ed Gein is what inspired Texas Chainsaw Massacre. He's like had like women problems because his mom was like abusive and shit. But after his mother's death, he had also developed an interest in internet pornography, particularly that featuring particularly featuring torture and pain. And through these through these internet sites, Meiwes found his way into his first chat rooms about cannibalism. So in Germany, cannibalism, I don't know if it is still this way, but at the time of him doing all this, cannibalism was not a crime.
Oh, that's good.
It was not illegal.
I wonder when that...
I don't know how it's not illegal, because you have to be around a dead person to eat them. And I would think any activity surrounding you about to eat them would be illegal.
There's loopholes in the law.
I really don't know how. But this is where we come to the weird part. He was getting on these cannibalist sites, and it would be people that were interested in cannibalism and would always say that they wanted to eat people or they wanted to be eaten. There was actually people on those sites that would say that they wanted to be eaten by
And this
somebody.
is back in the day. I want to die, so eat me. This is back in the day before there was any form of...
It's almost like Reddit or something, like dark Reddit.
Well, there was nobody really watching stuff back then. They didn't have a lot of monitoring.
No.
So it was just kind of wide open for anything.
But it reminds me of like a dark Reddit kind of thing, because it's like a lot of... And he took it seriously. I think there's a lot of people on those sites that did not.
Like fantasy?
And they were just like shit talkers. Like, oh, I want to do this, and I would totally do that, and I want to be eaten and all that shit. But then when it came down to it, they probably would not have.
However,
this
motherfucker found somebody that wanted to do it.
He was serious. And so prior to him meeting up with somebody, he would construct, like, he would go get meat and he would like form it into the shape of like human body parts.
Oh, yeah.
And take pictures and then brag about the fact that he had eaten somebody or he had killed somebody. And then all these people were like, oh my God, like, you're the best, you're the shit. Yeah,
he became like an internet star for this stuff.
For that. And I would be like, why the fuck are you people not calling the police?
He was an influencer. He's a content creator influencer.
He was an influencer. I guess you kind of could call him that, because he was trying to influence other people to do it. But he liked the attention. He liked the fact that other people thought it was cool. Other people thought it was interesting, and that he wasn't alone, I guess. Mm-hmm. And thinking that, because he had spent his whole life thinking, oh, well, I'm the only one that feels this way. There must be something wrong with me. But then when he found these websites, he was like, oh, like, I'm among company kind of thing.
I'm not the only one.
Yes. Yeah. And so he did end up meeting one person before the guy he killed.
Okay, I was just about to say that. Never mind.
Yeah, so he met up with one person. The guy came over to Meiwes' mansion, and they were kind of going to get down to it and everything. But the guy was like, hold up. I actually don't want to do this. I feel sick. I want to go home. And the really weird thing to me about this Armin Meiwes guy is he was only wanting to do this with somebody that truly wanted to be eaten. Like, he was only doing it for somebody that was like voluntary. Mm-hmm. Which is so bizarre to me.
Yeah, somebody's willing to be killed and eaten.
Because you're going to do this horrible thing to somebody, and it's like, but then he still has some kind of like moral thing about it. Like, I'm not going to just do this to somebody against their will.
Yeah, I'll do it if you want me to, but I'm not going to do it if you don't want me to.
It's just, I don't know.
That's very nice of him too.
It's just very strange to me. Like, I've never heard of somebody killing somebody like that and eating them and doing something terrible like that. So he was like, well, like, if you don't want to do this, I'll let you go. So the guy left. Well, then not too terribly long after that, he ended up meeting a guy named...
Off the same website, off the same forum, off the same chat room, right?
Yes. The guy's name this is a hard one to pronounce. It's Bernd Jurgen Brandis, or Brandis. I don't know how to say that.
Where are we at?
Toward the bottom. before the bottom.
No, I'm on the wrong page, of course.
Oh, yeah.
I'm at the retrial and trial stuff.
So he met this Brandis guy, and
There he is.
met him through, again, one of these like chat room website things for people that wanted to be eaten, wanted to kill people. And his posting said that he was looking for a well-built 18 to 30-year-old to be slaughtered and then consumed. Well, then this Brandis guy answered his advertisement, and they decided to meet up and everything, which to me is so... This whole thing to me is so fucking bizarre. Because, I mean, why would you want somebody... First of all, why would you want to eat somebody? Like, have them be voluntary about it. And then on top of that, the other person wants to be eaten, wants you to kill them. And then this Brandis guy not only wanted him to do all that to him, he wanted to be part of it, and he wanted to eat some of himself.
Well, he told the guy one of his guarantees is that he would die fast, right? He would die quickly and it wouldn't be painful.
Yes. So, but one of the conditions for Brandis is that he wanted to eat part of himself during this whole thing. So Meiwes was like, oh yeah, whatever.
Yeah, they choose the perfect body part for it too.
And this all took place on March 9th, 2001. And
God.
Meiwes, I know, like, this really wasn't that long ago. And Meiwes videotaped this, like some kind of snuff shit. I guess he was planning on posting it on that website. I don't know. But for some reason, he wanted to do that. But when Brandis got there, they kind of like, I think they had sex. And then they kind of had like a little small date or something, and then he ended up cutting off Brandis's penis, and the two men attempted to eat the penis together before Brandis was killed. Well, Meiwes cut off Brandis's penis, and then sautéed it in a pan, and then brought it back for him to eat, and then Brandis actually could not eat his own penis.
So they were
which,
talking,
I mean, is like...
They talked about how...
What's wrong with you?
The whole thing was talking about how it wasn't going to be painful. And they said that when he cut the penis off, the guy was like screaming.
Yes, but
and
then...
was like in pain.
But then after like a short period of time, I think they said like after only a few minutes, the guy said it stopped hurting. I don't know how that would stop hurting.
It's making me hurt now thinking about it.
But so Meiwes was expecting Brandis to bleed to death pretty quickly because I'm pretty sure in a guy, there's a major artery down there, right?
When we were watching this, I started getting like really lightheaded, and I thought I started
because of the
queasy.
penis thing.
I don't know which part, but I just realized I remember going, I'm getting queasy, lightheaded, and I think I'm gonna pass out. I didn't.
Well, it's such a taboo, disgusting thing to think about eating somebody. And but anyway, he had Brandis in a bathtub during this time, and he was expecting him to bleed out pretty quickly and pass away so he could finish the rest of him, like chop him up and eat him and shit. And so it was actually taking him quite a long time to pass away. And so while he was waiting on him to die, Meiwes went into, I guess it was like his living room, like his sitting room area, and started to read a book about Star Trek. I just don't even know what to think about this because it's so fucking weird.
I mean, just took his mind straight off of it, right?
And so I guess he felt bad, and so he went back into the bathroom and was like, like, you're taking too long to die. I'm just going to go ahead.
You're taking too long to die. I'm going to kill you now.
Yeah, that's pretty much what he told him, and he slit his throat.
Look, dude, I appreciate you doing this. I really do. However, you're taking too damn long to do this.
I got plans tonight.
I got to get a glass of wine, bro. Like, let's go. I'm going to kill you now.
And so he slit his throat, and Brandis did end up dying. So Meiwes ended up doing a whole bunch of shit with this guy. He like chopped him up and put parts of him into his freezer, and he ate so much of him. I think he ate like 40 pounds of meat or something.
Fucking.
And I mean, that's fucking disgusting.
Yeah.
I can't even, like, there's not really anything else you say. But he had eaten.
I just don't understand somebody's infatuation with eating human. much less eating their dick. You know what I mean? They actually said that the penis was actually a nasty cut of meat.
Oh my God. But he hung his body on a meat hook and tore hunks of his flesh from it. He even tried to grind the bones to use as flour. The whole scene was recorded on the 2-hour videotape that he had made, and he ate the body over the next 10 months, storing body parts in his freezer under pizza boxes and consuming up to 44 pounds of the flesh. This sounds like some shit from a movie. For real.
It kind of does.
I mean, can you...
Nope. I can't.
Can you imagine? I feel like I say that all the time, but like, it's one thing to watch something like that in a movie, and it's hard to watch something like that in a movie, but to do it in real life, I can't.
It's so
gross.
Did somebody get tipped off or something that made him get caught? What happened? Because he was eating the guy, right? Did he go back out and try to find somebody else?
No. So
how did he get busted?
So a college student had phoned the police after seeing new advertisements for victims and details about the killing on the internet. So he ended up getting arrested in December 2002 after investigators searched his home and found body parts in the videotaped killing. Oh my God, what the fuck was that? It scared me. On January 30th, 2004, Meiwes was convicted of manslaughter and sentenced to 8.5 years in prison. 8.5 years for all that shit.
Because the guy was willing.
Yes. The case attracted considerable media attention and led to a debate over whether Meiwes could be convicted at all, given that Bernd Jürgen Brandes had voluntarily and knowingly participated in the act. There were also complications as cannibalism itself was not illegal in Germany at the time. Meiwes has admitted what he has done and expressed regret for his actions. He added he wanted to write a book of his life story with the aim of deterring anyone who wants to follow his steps.
So he went into prison he got convicted in 2004.
Yeah.
He got 8 years because A, it wasn't illegal, and B, the guy was willing. So he only got 8 years. Why did he get 8 years if it wasn't illegal and the guy was willing? What was the purpose of actually giving him 8 years? The fact that he still killed somebody?
I don't even know. Because if cannibalism, I guess that's what it was.
The fact he still committed a crime doesn't make it right.
The fact that he killed somebody is probably why. How could you go through, as a country, all this time, and especially up to 2004... and not have cannibalism be illegal?
They probably didn't see it as a problem, you know what I mean? Like
they didn't think people would actually fucking do it?
Or probably didn't think about people doing it, you know what I mean? It's like, let's make a law about you can't eat somebody else.
But the scary thing is that he believes that there are over 800 cannibals in Germany.
I wonder why German specific.
Because he's from Germany. On those internet sites and stuff. That's probably how he's estimating that. But in April 2005, a German court ordered a retrial after prosecutors appealed his sentence. They believed he should have been convicted of murder, not manslaughter, and given a life sentence. Among the questions court answered is whether Brandes agreed to his... oh my gosh, my allergies. To his killing and whether he was legally capable of doing so at the moment of killing, taking into the account his apparent mental problems as well as his significant intake of alcohol and other drugs. Ugh.
So did he get a more sentence, or were they successful?
Yes. So on May 10th, 2006, a court in Frankfurt, Germany, convicted Meiwes of murder and sentenced him to life imprisonment.
Ah, shit. I was going to say, I wonder what it's going to be like when he gets out. He's going to eat somebody else, but he ain't.
He's going to eat somebody else.
He did for life.
Oh, my gosh. But, yeah, it was disgusting case. I have heard that you can, like, his stuff got taken down, but allegedly you can still find that website.
On, like, Wayback Machine, or just, like, it's still active?
I actually don't know. I've heard that you can still find it, but I don't know.
I bet you it's on Wayback Machine. We'll have to look.
What's Wayback Machine?
Wayback Machine is like a website you can go to look at old websites. They have it like an archive.
I didn't know that.
I could probably show you like old bands that I've been in on their website and look how cheesy.
Really?
Oh yeah.
That's cool. I did not know that.
Back when the internet was so cool that you could do Flash.
Well, anyway, that was the case of Armin Meiwes, the German cannibal, and Martin House Brewing Company's Acheron whiskey barrel aged imperial stout.
Yep.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, that's it. So I guess make sure you reach out to us if you have any or any beer suggestion.
Yes, you can contact us at Gmail at boozeandbloodshed@gmail.com. We're also on Instagram at Booze and Bloodshed, and you can also find us on Facebook at Booze and Bloodshed. And if you have any suggestions at all for a case, a movie, any kind of liquor, wine, or beer, we would love to hear from you.
That was a pretty quick little podcast.
It was.
Look at that. Okay, well, I'm Brandon.
I'm Leah.
We'll see you next time.
Peace.